Hello and welcome back to another episode on the Ripple server. Yay! Yay! Sorry about that. Yay! Today we are over sort of by the desert outpost, and that's my face in the background here. I'm underneath something that you haven't seen before. The thing is this, CarlRyds had, when he moved over here, or when he got over here, let's get out of F1 mode, 5 mode, I mean, he built an iron farm over, where did he build that? Yeah, over there you can see it barely. So we had an iron farm running for quite a while, and then he expanded on this and built another iron farm there. So we have 2 iron farms running constantly, but you know, you get some need for iron and stuff, so I built 32 more iron farms over here. Yeah, that's a thing I did. I decided to just do this off camera because I've built this farm twice already in videos. Once on the Lake Laogai server and once on season 1. So it's the exact same farm. So it's a 32 village iron beast. And it's working. We had some issues. We are not sure why it wasn't working, but now it is working. Couple of things we have changed. I'm gonna post the tutorial for the video or for the forum in the description if I can remember. Hi Golem. But I had to change a couple of things around here because things have changed in 1.13, and the main thing, or pretty much the only thing, is the spawning platform, which the one used in the tutorial and in the world download doesn't work anymore. It was basically based on getting as many spawn spots as possible and as efficient as possible, and you can't do it like that anymore. So it used to be that golems could spawn pretty much anywhere, so they could actually spawn on the block underneath the glass here. So they would just be standing inside of the glass block, and that would be perfectly fine. Now they don't do that anymore because they changed it for some reason, which I think is good in a way because it doesn't really make sense to have golems spawning everywhere. So yeah, that's the main thing. So I just have it's just 2 platforms. It's 3.5 blocks in between. Seems to be working very, very well. They spawn on both platforms. Anyways, so in today's episode I'm not gonna build an iron farm. However, what I think I'm going to do is deal with this. This is from like 2 hours or something like that. I don't know. So we want 2 things to happen, or 3 things, maybe 3 things, possibly. We want the items to go. We need a proper storage for the items, and my thinking is to actually have a water stream going off so they end up in the outpost over here, which means we can also hook this iron farm over here. I have deactivated just because we are way out here with our villages. For that farm, when it's building, the village or the that door up there is actually part of the village, so we thought that might actually interfere quite a bit with this down here. So we have just removed all the doors from this, as you can see down there. So we deactivated this. So this isn't working. This iron farm over here, on the other hand, is I think temporarily deactivated. I don't know if he activated this again. And oh yeah, he blocked the sky access there. So this is actually deactivated. We want to make this farm toggleable, on-off toggleable. So and what that means is and the reason why we want that is when we are building up the villages and stuff in that farm, we want to make sure that this farm over here doesn't interfere with that thing. So by deactivating the doors over here, that will also mean that that farm over there can't register these doors in any way, shape or form, because these will not be valid village doors, if that makes sense. Yeah, so that's a little thing we want to do. How do you do that then, you ask? I don't know. We have to figure something out. No, I have an idea. We can detect... we can detect when we are rebuilding that. That's very easily to detect. And basically when the building process is going on over there, we can just block off the sky access for these doors. So have blocks being pushed in by pistons. So that should be very easy to fix. And the reason why we're not deactivating this completely is that this also works as a villager breeder. So if we want villagers and stuff, or if we're just over here for a shorter time, so if you're over here for like 2 hours or something, or 1 hour maybe or something like that, it's really not worth resetting that farm. But this farm will still produce a couple of ingots. So we thought we might as well have this activated as much as possible. So that's the reasoning behind that. A lot of talking in this intro. And the last thing we want to do is, I think, have the reset button that we have up there, the ladder up on top, we want down here. Because why not? So we need to run a line over and have the so we can do the on-off switch and stuff like that. I'm gonna have a little chat with CarlRyds and check stuff and things, but my idea is to have the storage down here-ish somewhere. These are some fancy elevators, by the way, that CarlRyds put in to get quickly get down to the creeper farm, or the storage for the creeper farm. So yeah, my idea is to, if there's room, I need to check in the walls and stuff. Hi, CarlRyds. If there's actually room to put the iron storage in this wall, or maybe off to there a little bit, but yeah, we'll see. That's something I have to figure out, but at least you know what the grand plan of the episode is now. So let's start working on stuff. So a few things has happened since the last clip. As you can see, we have some sort of floor here that CarlRyds is building. Not really sure why. We also have a CarlRyds here. Yeah. We have a golems dying. Items get shot out into a we can't see. There's a water stream down there. We also have a couple of thingamadoodlers here. This is the activation button that's connected up to this, and this thingy here is the signal that tells that iron farm over there that this one is building, so you need to close down, basically. Yeah, and they are actually very, very simple up here. We're gonna go check out the other end and the behindings a little bit more, but this is basically redstone block goes up and goes into this block and everything starts, and when everything starts, we have some items in here that is used to count how many villages you have built up, and they, when you reset, they go back into this dropper here, and then they go over here one by one as you build the villages, and this comparator just takes an output. When there's anything in here, it will power this piston here. So very simple, we know that it's building when there's items in the dropper there. Yeah, super simple, super simple. We have had a ton of issues with this. Basically, it won't build properly all the time, which we have no idea why. Tried a bunch of different things, nothing seems to work, but yeah, seems to be related to other things that goes on the server, but we actually have no idea what it is at the moment, which is a shame. So yeah, we could like try to rebuild it like 10 times and it doesn't work, and the 11th time it all of a sudden works for some reason, and it's all very strange, very strange. Down here, I've done a couple of thingy things. Doesn't look like much at the moment, but it is much, maybe. Here we have a crafting station, and over here is a shulker box display unit. There are no shulker boxes to be displayed here, so that's why there's none on display, but there will be in a second, I hope. Yeah, and this is a crafting unit, very simple. You need to actually push buttons to start it, which is a bit of a shame, but ingots in here, you put iron blocks in there. When you have crafted up the iron blocks, that will break and it will go into here and be displayed here. So let me just demonstrate that real quick. So just to make this go a little bit easier, I'm just gonna pre-fill this with some iron blocks, just so we actually get a full one on the first try here. Like so. And how this works is you go into here, you empty this out, it breaks, a new one gets displayed, you craft up your blocks, like so, you put them in there, that breaks, and an empty one is displayed, and come on, come on, there we go, you have iron blocks. If you empty this out, it should break. No, why don't you break? So for the very first time, let's try this. You empty this out, it breaks, a new one should be dispensed, but there are no new ones here, so we kind of have to wait until we have more. And sleek thing with this design I can show you in a bit. It's really hard to show you when we don't have all the things set up here properly, but yeah. I will try to explain it. These are both my own design, by the way, and if I manage to get that done, I will have tutorials in the description. This part here, I'm pretty sure I have a tutorial recorded for already. Haven't released it yet for some reason. This one I haven't done a tutorial for. But I might do that. And we also have a little hidden entrance with a very non-hidden lever to get in. And here is the mess behind here. This here is the crafting unit. Yes. GG. The crafting unit here, over here is the display unit, or the shulker box showing of what's the stuff and all of that thing unit. That's a technical term. I have no idea what I just said. Don't ask me to repeat it, please. Over here is another thing that I've designed myself. It's a shulker box loader that I am actually going to use over at the witch huts as well. So it's a nice thing to test it out here. And it's a double speed loader, so if we get a lot of stuff coming in at the same time, you will have double inputs into the shulker box down here. So basically what happens, shulker box fills up and it gets broken into this hopper line here, goes into an item elevator, and you have the hopper line going up top, over into this, that goes down into the ingot chesty thingy here, and when they get broken from there, there's a hopper line coming underneath here that picks them up. The empty shulker boxes gets picked up here and goes up here back into the shulker box loader. So it's basically a closed system here, just recycling the shulker boxes. And we also have on this side where you have the iron blocks filling system. It gets broken, the shulker box, when it's full, it goes into this item elevator and it goes over to this display thingy here. When you empty out the shulker box here, it goes into this item elevator, and there's a hopper line up top going all the way over back into here. So you also recycle those shulker boxes, which is a nice thing. Yeah, this little contraption here is just a pulse extender for our start button. Because I found out stuff about pistons that I did not know, and that is that there's a delay on the extension, but retraction is instant. So when you push the button, this extends and it powers the next one, and that extends and it powers the next one, and that extends, and so on. But when it depowers, they all retract at the same time. So the signal didn't actually have enough time to reach all the way over there. I don't know, I think that's a new thing in 1.13. I don't think it did that in 1.12, but I'm not sure. Anyways, that's a thing. And it goes into here, goes up into here, and then it just goes all the way over here underneath and into here and up to where the reset is, up there. And we have the other blocking the other iron farm line. It's basically this one coming here, and it goes over here, and it goes off in that direction and off and up. I'm not gonna show that working at the moment, because if I push the buttons and stuff, it will reset the farm, and right now it's working with 32 villages perfectly fine as it's supposed to, and I don't want to mess that up, so yeah, that's a thing. This is where all the iron comes in. See if we can see some iron coming in. Iron, come in. Should be iron coming in here. There we go. And they get picked up here. We also have this hopper here just collecting poppies, basically everything that isn't iron, which technically just is poppies. And when this eventually gets full, the poppies will just go off into lava here. But we thought we would keep them just because red dye and stuff like that, so yeah. That's the thing. Can I get over here? And this goes over into our old iron farm that Carlock built, so we just hooked that up to the main iron storage as well. So there's a lot of technical stuff going on behind the scenes, and a lot of stuff has been done off camera. It's one of those things. I could have made 500 episodes out of this. But yeah, if you're gonna build all the different stuff in different episodes and yeah, things like that. But yeah, I thought let's just get this done. Yeah. Oh yeah, that was another thing I wanted to tell you about this system, because it's a little bit clever. Let's cheat a little bit. So now, let's see here how it looks. We have one shulker box, we should get two up here in just a second, I hope. Or is it down in the hopper already? No. Oh yeah, it's down here. Yeah, of course it is. So we should really need one more, but we don't have enough iron for that. So yeah, never mind. As you can see here, we have one shulker box here. We have one shulker box on display. And we have one shulker box waiting to be dispensed, and nothing in here. And that's the little trick about this whole setup, is that you should only ever get one shulker box waiting in the dispenser. You will get one waiting in the hopper as well, and everything else is accessible in the double chest up there, which means you just have to have just a few shulker boxes for this to be loaded as much as it wants, and then every other shulker box you can just access from the chest. So the idea is, if you just need a few iron blocks, you come in here, you grab them here. If you need a lot of them, you can go up here and grab a shulker box. And you will not have a 9 in the dispenser plus 5 in the hopper before you can actually access a full one. So I think that's a pretty neat idea. Now that got dispensed, and the other one is waiting in the dispenser behind there. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Yeah, so I think it's quite a neat system. It's quite handy. It's very, very quick and easy to craft stuff up. If you have a lot of crafting to do in a farm like this, you kind of want an efficient way of crafting stuff up. This is way better than the one I did for my slime farm in season 1, but you know, you live and you learn. Basically. Yeah, so this is very convenient, and I'm happy that everything seems to be working fine. Yay. Cool. I think that's it, actually. I don't think I have anything more to show and anything more to do in this episode. So I hope you liked this episode and all of that. And if you did, hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see more and all of that good stuff. And yeah, thank you for watching. And I will see you next time. Bye!